Today I have a 2-for-1 going out to the VC's King of Threads and the VC's Legend of 5-minute video installments up here on the next installment of Northern Vinyl Guy. Stick around and see what's in store. Hello everyone, it's Daryl the Northern Vinyl Guy coming at you with a new video. As noted, this is going to be a 2-for-1, and these are going out to Chris Prophy, the VC's King of Threads, and Chris from Record Talk, as it is his 4-year anniversary here in the VC, or recently was his 4th year in the VC. And so I am going to be tackling their threads and their challenges here in this video. So it's a 2-for-1. And so with that in mind, let's get started. I'm going to get started with Chris Prophy's recent one. I'm a little late to the draw on this one as it was for Easter, but he had a thread to show 5 records of bands with colors in the title, kind of for the theme of, Easter egg colors and that kind of thing. So he wants you to show 5 bands with a color in the title. It's his thread, colors and bands, or bands and colors. I can't remember the order there. So with that, I'm going to go, I've got 5 to show here, and they're kind of in order of color alphabetically. So yeah, I don't think I've shown any of these actually. Oh no, I've shown one of them on my channel before, but the other ones I have not. So starting with a dark wave synth band, kind of ambient music, very, very different. I have to be in a specific mood for this, but this album is from 2012, and it is Black Marbles, a different arrangement. As you can tell by that cover, it's just really different, but the color black is definitely prominent on there with the white. And then on the back side, you've got Outer Space on there. So, yeah, a little bit different, this one. But if you are into synth pop, ambient, dark wave, that kind of thing, this might be for you. So once again, a different arrangement, Black Marble, to start this off. Now, I think others might have shown this band in their videos. I didn't really watch too many of the videos. I want to save those for later. But this is a 70s rock band, and of course, none other than the Blue Oyster Cult, BOC. And this is their album, Fire of Unknown Origin. Sorry, there's a blue pen kind of covering that up. But this is the one that has Burnin' For You on it, which is a great song. So if you were into 70s rock, check out Blue Oyster Cult, Fire of Unknown Origin. Next but not least, we have the color brown. And this is a Canadian country, Christian, soft rock kind of band. They lasted from the mid to late 60s up until about 1990. And that is the Family Brown. This is their best of album, kind of a second one. This was released in 1980 on RCA Records, and as you can see, they are dressed nice and dapper, all in the same outfit there. So yes, the Family Brown, gospel, Christian, soft rock, country, whatever you might want to call it, third color. All right, next, this band here, I actually received this album for Christmas from my wife this past year. And when I was in high school, I actually won a gift certificate for $25 in my high school shop class, and I bought this on CD, and now I have it on vinyl. This is Green Day and their album Dookie. One of the first CDs I ever bought with my own money, so that was really cool. I think this is from 1993, 94, but this has a ton of hits on it. It's got Longview, Welcome to Paradise. It's also got Basket Case on it, so if you are familiar with Green Day, you know what I'm talking about. 90s kind of punk rock style music. And last but not least, Chris, to finish this bands and colors thread, I'm going to be looking at a German disco band from the 1970s called Silver Convention, but this is not the one that has their famous hit. They're kind of a one-hit wonder or two-hit wonder in North America, but they did have a hit called Fly Robin Fly in the mid to late 70s. So Silver Convention, and this is their album Love in a Sleeper. So if you like 70s disco, then Silver Convention might be for you. Haven't seen this one in the VC either, so right on. There you go, Chris. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I just realized this, that you're both Chris's, so 2 for 1 on the Chris's. So Chris Brophy, that one is for you. All right, now flipping over to Chris from Record Talk. This is his 4th year in the VC, and for his thread, I guess challenge, he has 7 prompts. I'm going to get them out just so I don't forget what they are, but 7 prompts to celebrate his 4 years in the VC. All to do with 45s. So if you are into 7-inch records or 45s, we like to call them, then this one might be for you. So check out Chris. I will leave links to both Chris's down below if you haven't checked them out already. So first, Chris from Record Talk wants us to show a cool picture sleeve. So this one here, I got recently when I went into the radio station that I've talked about in some previous videos. This is a Christmas 45 called The Sounds of Christmas, and basically looks like a gift wrapped present. But it also opens up into a booklet which has all the lyrics to it. And then on the inside is where the 45 is placed. So I think that that's kind of a cool record sleeve, like a Christmas gift wrapped present. There we go. So The Sounds of Christmas for you right there. All right, second prompt is to show a cool company sleeve. Well, unfortunately, I don't have any cool looking company sleeves, but I do have this one. It doesn't match the record. I can't find it on here, but I know that in the 60s and 70s, a lot of companies, or not companies, but places you could get records, had these sleeves with codes of other 45s that you could purchase. And so this one is a special gold label series, a must for every record collection, and it has the different, basically different company names on here. We've got Barry, we've got Cameo, Division, Dot, Parkway, Phillips, Quality, and Rio. So yeah, I thought that that was kind of a neat sleeve. And like I said, it doesn't match the record that is in here because Columbia isn't on here, but in the sleeve I have Marty Robbins's El Paso, and Running Gun on the B side. So yeah, not necessarily a company sleeve, but kind of a sleeve that shows different albums you could, or not albums, but 45s you could purchase through that. All right, prompt number 3, show a 7-inch with a small hole. Or if you are from a location where the small hole is the norm, then show the large hole. Well, I'm from Canada, so the larger holes are more common, but I do have a few small hole ones. This is a promo of Brian Ferry's Slave to Love from 1985. And I got this at that local record store, and so they were all in all these 40. I got a few 45s that were in these generic green sleeves with the stamp on the outside. So Valentine, Brian Ferry on one side, and Slave to Love. And like I said, there you go, is the little hole in the middle. All right, prompt number 4 is to show a colored 7-inch vinyl. This one here also from the record station. And I do have the main album that goes with this. So so Elvis's Canadian Gold, I have on 12-inch, the full album. It's a live performance that Elvis did on his tour through Canada in 1957, I believe it was. The only country that he ever toured through other than the United States. Although some people classify Hawaii, but really that was a U.S. territory at that time, I believe. Anyway, so this is Little Darlin', and single from it. And in true style, it is also on a gold record. So we've got Little Darlin' on the one side, and I'm moving on the B side. So gold for the Canadian Gold album. All right. Prompt number 5 is to show a 45 that has parallel lines on it. Well, this one was a little tricky for me to find, but I did. So this is on Barry Records, and this is the Vogue's 5 O'Clock World. So you can see 2 red parallel lines on that side, and then on the B side is Nothing to Offer You, also with the parallel lines. So like I said, that is on Barry Records from the 1960s. Very cool indeed. All right, number 6 is to show cool artwork on the label. I don't know if this is necessarily artwork, but on Nimbus label, it is that very trippy looking psychedelic 60s style. This is the Guess Who's Laughing on side, I think that's side A, and then on side B is Undone. So Nimbus has that cool looking purpley red. It's not necessarily art, but makes it look very 1960s psychedelic and trippy. And last but not least, he wants us to show a valuable record. So whether that means sentimental or monetary. So I'm actually going to show 2 here. One of them is sentimental, and the other one is monetary. So many years back, I'd say about 10 or 12 years ago, maybe even longer, my younger brother, Scott, bought me a 45 for Christmas. And he knew that I liked this band because I listened to them all the time in high school. The lead singer from Tool, Maynard James Keenan, plays the voice of the Three Little Pigs, and this is Green Jelly's Three Little Pigs on the A side, and then the Electric Harley House of Love on side B. So yeah, this is more of a sentimental one, as it was my brother that purchased it, kind of thinking about records that I liked when I was younger or a teenager. And then the final one I'm going to show is more of a valuable one, although unfortunately for me, I bought this and there is a god-awful scratch on the one side, so it makes it not so valuable. However, if you have a clean, crisp copy of this Canadian press of the Aztecs, what you gonna do about it? And somebody punched a hole in the middle, which is kind of crazy right there. So this one's not worth anything right now because of its condition. However, if you have one of these in good condition, I think they are running for around $60 or $70 Canadian, which is, quite pricey for 45. And so I think that for me is my most valuable 45 if it was in better condition. So I hope that both of you Chris's enjoyed the video. So 5 colored records, or 5 bands with colors in the first half, followed by Chris from Record Talks 4-year anniversary in the VC and his 7 prompts. And yeah, I hope I done you proud. Hope I done you well. Hope everybody enjoyed the video. And as always, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, feel free. And if you are a regular viewer, thank you for the support, and leave some comments down in the section below. Do you have any of these records? What are your thoughts? And until next time, take care, everybody, and stay safe.